Hey guys, it's Tim, and this is Pro Wrestling Unlimited. So we all know in fall 2019, WWE is moving Smackdown live to Fox. Right now, the plan is live on Friday nights on the Fox Broadcasting Network. And Mike Johnson of PW Insider recently spoke about an issue with broadcasting the show live on the West Coast. He basically said it's not going to be live on the West Coast ever. He said that he asked, and it's not going to be live because it's always going to air at 8 p.m. They're not going to air it at 5 p.m. on the West Coast like they do with other sports. But when you really think about this, as someone from the West Coast, lived this my whole life with stuff airing at a certain time and it's airing for the East Coast, here's what's going to happen. Now, right now, with Raw and SmackDown being on the USA Network, if you live on the West Coast, there is a chance you can still watch Raw and SmackDown at 5 p.m. Pacific. If you have satellite like DirecTV or Dish Network, they will provide you with the East Coast feed of the USA Network, seemingly giving you everything 3 hours earlier. Now, if you have cable like Comcast or Uverse, you're going to get your local USA Network West Coast feed, hence can't watch it until 8 p.m. Now here's the issue with Fox. The Fox Broadcasting Network you will get from both your cable or your satellite provider is going to be your local Fox Broadcasting Network. Not just cable or satellite, but with an antenna. Everybody that's like, ooh, I don't even need cable to watch SmackDown. I can just watch with an antenna. You're only going to get your local Fox. Now, this isn't going to impact anybody on the East Coast. It's still going to be 8 p.m. airing at its original airtime, airing completely live. But for us here in California, for people in Oregon, people in Washington State, Nevada, on the West Coast, the Pacific time zone, we're going to be stuck with, you better not go on Twitter if you want to know what happens on SmackDown. And what about us? What about us guys that are doing podcasts and reviews after SmackDown? We would now have to seemingly go even later if we can't get an East Coast feed of Fox. This is a very big issue that's not only going to hurt people that want to watch SmackDown early, it can hurt podcasters that do live podcast reviews after SmackDown and they live on the West Coast. Because think about this. I do my podcast, Nick and I do our SmackDown podcast, 9 p.m. Pacific. We watch SmackDown from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. If I can't get that East Coast feed anymore, then I'll be watching SmackDown from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. I seemingly wouldn't even be able to go live until after 10 p.m. Pacific time. That's usually 30 minutes after we're wrapping up the SmackDown Live review. So this is really going to be an interesting thing that we're going to have to look into going forward in 2019 when SmackDown Live does air on the Fox Broadcasting Network. And I'm going to have to figure out a way to get an East Coast feed so that way I'm not too late for you guys on Tuesdays. But that's going to do it for this episode of Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Remember to comment below, like and share this video, like us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, subscribe here on YouTube, and follow PWUnlimited.net for the latest in pro wrestling news.